Hello and welcome back to another CAD clip. In this lesson we're going to show you how to quickly take a regular garage door here. You can see this in my shaded view and have it so that when it renders it comes out looking like this. So in shaded view or hidden line view we're going to see the normal view like this. And then when we render the view we will have this, and we're going to do it by using a material. So this door here is the out-of-the-box REVIT overhead sectional door, 16 by 8. So that's the normal out-of-the-box door, and you can stretch that and make new types by making it as wide or as high as you want. So 16 foot by 8. So what I'm going to do is select it here in this view. In fact, I need to switch over to a regular kind of 3D view. I'll zoom in on it here. Click on it here. I can't edit it from a perspective view, and say edit family. So I'm going to open it up in the family editor. Inside of here I'm going to go switch to a 3D view, and I'm just going to click on this, and you'll note that there is no property here set up for material. We're going to actually add a parameter in here for it. So we're going to alter this a little bit by going up and creating a new parameter in here called door exterior door finish, and it's going to be, we'll make it instance specific. It's definitely a material type, and we can store it under materials and finishes. Okay, so we hit OK. OK, now we have the parameter. Now we select on that door object. This is the interior side. The exterior side looks like this, but we're just going to change the rendered view of it, so it doesn't really matter how we do it. We're going to pick on the door panel itself, and for material, instead of this, we're going to click over here and set it to be that parameter we created and hit OK. Click out. Okay, now we probably want to do a save as, so we go in here and we say save as project, or sorry, family, and I'll save it in my REVIT folder and just call it image overhead sectional door. Give it a unique name, save it, and then I will load it back into my project. Load it into the project, hit escape, escape. Now I'm going to pick on this door and change it to be that family. So I'm going to go image 16 by 8. So that door is the same as the other door, but it has a new parameter called exterior door finish, and we can set that to a material. But before we do that, we need to create a new image which we're going to import and use as part of the material. We're going to get kind of sneaky here. So what I've done is I've gone to the internet and I've just searched for overhead garage doors, and I found this nice web page, Dodds garage door systems, inside of here, and I found a door that I liked over here, so I clicked on here. I went inside of here, and I'm maybe going to specify this type of door for my project. And what I'm going to do now is just do a screen capture, or if you're using Windows 7 you can use the snip tool, but however we want to capture the image of the screen, and I'm just going to use an Alt print screen on my keyboard, Alt print screen, and then I'm going to go over to my paint here, and inside of the paint tool I am going to paste in the inside of paint. I'll just go edit paste, okay, and I'll take that image and I'm just going to slide it up something like that, okay, and then click out here and slide over, and all I'm doing is cropping the image so all I see is the door. So however you do this, or whatever tools you use, is up to you. And I want to keep even the bottom just to keep a little bit of a shadow effect, something like that. And then all I do is go file and I say save as, and then I save this maybe, you know, in my pictures folder, and call it, you know, garage door rendered. Okay, so save it as just a JPEG. Okay, and now I go back to my REVIT, and now inside of here I need to create a new material. So I'll go to my Manage Tools, back to the Materials. Okay, and inside of here I've got some garage door materials I've been experimenting with, but you can take any material and simply say duplicate it and call it, I put zeros in front of mine, rendered garage door. So that's the name of the material, and then I'm going to go over here to rendered appearance, and I'm going to pick image, and I'm going to go to my folder here, documents, and my pictures, and I think that went in under here under Daryl and then under pictures. There it is, and there's my garage door. Okay, so I hit open. So now I have that image, okay, and I'm going to have to tweak it a little bit, but I'm just going to kind of leave it the way it is for now. Other than that, I'm going to click on here and adjust the size. So I'm going to click on there and go to transformations, and then I'm going to go to scale, and I know that image is about 16 foot by 8. So I'm going to go in here and set this to be 8 feet. And set this to be 16 feet. Now, actually, I've got to turn this lock off, or else it will make them proportionally locked. So there we go. And make sure you say feet in here, not just inches like the rest of REVIT. So REVIT, you have to say feet or it'll make it inches. So there we go. 16 feet by 8 feet by height. And then it'll tile it, of course. So you had to unlock that there. Okay, we may have to do some positioning and some rotation here. We'll wait and see. So I'm going to hit done. Okay, so that's the material, and it's called rendered garage door. I hit OK. Now I'm going to pick on my door that I've imported and take this new parameter or property, click on here, and make it be that material. Okay, hit OK. Click out. Okay, now I'm going to do a quick render, so I'll go over here to my teapot, and I will do a might as well do a regional draft. Click in here, and I wish this regional box would be the right size when you are zoomed in, instead of having to zoom out and do this. And if someone knows the answer to that, please tell me. So we can even go a little higher. Let's go medium detail, and let's hit render. And there you can see what we have is, and I'm not sure why it's doing this, but it's rotating the image. So we have to go in and counter rotate this. So we can just click exit on here and go into my materials. In fact, I could have stayed in that rendered view and click, because you can still access the materials from within the rendered dialog box. Clicking on here now, watch. I'm going to go into here, I'm going to go to transforms, and I'm going to go to position, and I'm going to rotate this 270 degrees or minus 90. I think you have to go positive, but you can try that. So I've done that, and I've also set the scale. Okay, done on that. And then if you want, you can also click on here, and you can turn up your brightness and darkness, and sometimes this has a nice effect as well. So click done on that. Fading, not really. Non-metallic, let's make it metallic and make it a little bit reflective. I'm not sure how much that's going to affect, and hit OK. And now when I go back to render, it's going to be a little bit different, and we'll do the same thing, render. And I'm not crazy about that look. So watch, we can go right back into our materials from here, back into here. Let's take that reflective off. Let's leave that non-metallic aspect off. And I think those were the only two things that were kind of making that look bad. I think I'm just going to leave it just like that. And let's try doing, let's click out here. And let's zoom out a little bit, or actually let's go to our perspective view down here. There we go. Now we'll zoom in on this, and we will do another render, And we won't do a regional, and we'll do best, sure. And let's just go medium. Looks good. Exterior sun, render. And that's coming along not too bad. Medium detail only here, just because I'm recording this and I don't want to go too slow, and I want to actually have it render live, so you know that there's no real tricks up my sleeve. So just to summarize, what we did was we opened up the garage door, we added a new parameter, took that parameter and applied that material parameter to a property of the door panel, and the name of that was called garage door material, and it was type material. Then we loaded that back into our project, changed our existing door into that family type, and then we went to the internet, snagged an image off the Dodds web page for a garage door, and then we took that and applied that to a material and scaled that material to be the size of the garage door, and then we had to do a rotation of that image for some odd reason, and because it's exactly 16 by 8 and that's the size we specified in the scale, it fits perfectly. So now we want to do a save to project, and we can say OK to that. We can close that off, and now under renderings, there's our new rendering of that garage door. So that's it. Nice little trick on importing images and applying them to surfaces in Revit Architecture 2011.